Good morning on this side of the globe. This is your host, Charnel Greer, aka Miss Lovely Lux, coming to you live with an exclusive interview of Hi Dèff, a very influential hip hop artist in Australia. It's just my pleasure to being able to talk to someone all the way across the globe. It just lets you know how much social media and how much, the works of God is to get us to be able to be in contact with people that we might never ever be able to see in person or touch, but the internet is really working for us. So, welcome to the show, Hi Def. How are you?
I'm excellent. Thank you.
That's wonderful. I'm so glad to have you on and so eager to learn more about you. Can you share with us your background and how you first got into music?
So when I was really young, like I was a big fan. My cousin gave me a CD of actually Eminem, to be honest,
Eight Mile.
and, and I got inspired by it. And like when I was real young, my cousin and myself we used to say words, and then so one of us would say a word, and then my cousin would say another word, and if they'd rhyme, we just yeah, that's how we started the rhyming and that. But no, so my background is like it's pretty dark and traumatizing, but um, you know what, like my background's like it's I I don't like my past, but anyway, so my background is like when I was real young, I seen a lot of things like a kid shouldn't see, and then
Yes.
but yeah, I was real young at the time, and I didn't know how to write songs. I actually tried to write one when I think it was about 8 or 9, but it didn't really make sense. Um, but then I stopped for a bit because I was only young. But then when I was in my teenage years, I started going to a studio and recording it like Dean. And then I had problems and I was trying to escape reality, so I became an alcoholic and I stopped doing music then. And I went to prison. And when I got out, like, right, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to start making my own music, yada, yada, yada. And yeah, that's how it happened.
I definitely understand traumatic experiences in your childhood can form you to be the adult that you are today. And we're glad that you've overcame those obstacles and that you're here to share your gift with the world. Are there any local artists in Victoria, Australia that have significantly influenced you?
Yeah, I'd have to like I don't, would- really would have to say probably my beat maker. Like he does his own music. He's actually big in
I definitely
Bendigo, which so Victoria, Australia, Bendigo.
Bendigo.
Yeah,
Can you walk us through your creative process? Like when you're writing or producing a new track, like where does that come from?
it comes from like how I feel. Like it actually comes how I feel. Like if I'm feeling sad, depressed, whatever, and if I'm in the mood to write, I'll sit down and I will write, and then yeah, then go to the studio and record it. And 9 times out of 10, I actually feel a lot better because I'm actually putting my feelings out on paper. I don't like talking about like
Exactly.
nobody feeling, so I write it down and I put it in a creative sense.
Yes. And that's a great creative outlet. And it's therapeutic, That's what Unraveled Radio is all about. Like, this is therapeutic for me, just meeting new people, getting to hear your story, knowing that I'm not alone in the challenges that I've faced in life, and just being able to allow you to vent and get exposure so we can, rise together.
Yeah, well, it taken me a while. Like when I first started recording, when I got out of jail, like I actually sucked. Like I literally did suck. But then I kept going to the studio and I kept being persistent and I got better. And
Yes, you.
actually, like I actually have gotten better.
Yeah,
I've
I've
done
listened to music before. Yeah, someone, I don't even know if you know who reached out to me, but someone reached out to me on your behalf. and sent me your
Yeah,
music. Yes.
yeah. I know who it would have been. It would have been my manager, DJ Stuff.
Yes. So I did get a chance to listen to your music, and then I was like, all right, I see where he's going with this. Let's take it a step further.
Yeah, because he actually messaged me about it. I'm like, okay, and he said that you're gonna get an email from Charnel. But yeah, all right.
Yes.
And I was waiting for your email, and I got one. So
Now, what challenges have you faced as an artist, and how have you overcome them?
self doubt, like a lot of self doubt. Like, I mean, I'm getting successful now, but like I wasn't, and I was starting to self doubt myself. I actually was at that point where I was going to give up and not do nothing.
Wow. That happens to
But
us a lot.
you know what? Like, something told me, or someone told me, like, keep going, keep calling. You got to keep going, keep going, keep going. And it was in my head, so I'm like, oh, all right. So yeah, so I nearly gave up the music career. Actually, I really did, like, because I didn't think I was.
Wow. Well, how do you stay motivated, inspired in your musical journey?
Um, just just be myself and whatever I feel or anything like whatever I feel, I'll write it down. And if it sounds good, it sounds good. But no, so what I'm gonna keep doing, I'm gonna keep doing my music because I know I'm good at it, and I know like I'm supposed to do it in a sense.
Yes, that's your purpose.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like my family's like full of musicians. Like my dad, he was actually a sound tech for a band. I'm not sure if you heard of him, but they're called Neutronic Trends. And I've got cousins in the bands. And believe it or not, I actually have a cousin, and he's the lead singer of Silverchair.
Wow.
Yeah,
Sweet.
so yeah, so pretty much like music runs through my veins like it's like no tomorrow. It's like my lifeline.
Yes. And people be like, I'm a jack of all trades, a master of none. I used to be a singer. I was in a group called Soul Peppers. It was an all-girl group, multiculturally diverse. A lot of the women played instruments, and I was like background vocals. And the one girl who we used to have band practice at her house, she started to have a family and get into her career, so we kind of all dismantled, and I haven't sang since like 2015, but it was such a liberating experience for me.
Yeah, yeah, like, and you know what? I grew up listening to a lot of hip hop, but here's the catch: when I was a newborn, I wouldn't sleep with any other music. But my dad put this one song on, and it was Metallica. As soon as that song came on, I fell straight asleep.
Yes, you have that music. Mine's is Jill Scott. I'm a lover of Jill Scott.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's you know, music's music. Like, you know what? You're gonna get setbacks and all that, but just don't give up. Just keep going.
Exactly. What projects are you currently working on, and what can fans expect in the near future?
So the project I'm working on next is another song because I nearly lost my best mate. So I'm gonna write lyrics about that. I just haven't been motivated and I haven't been in the mood. I've got to be in the mood to write to make a good song. Like if I'm not in the mood, it's not gonna make sense.
Right.
So yes, and in the future, I'm just gonna do what I'm doing now. I'm just gonna keep doing more music. Whatever comes, comes. I take day by day.
I understand. Yes. Are there any collaborations or specific genres that you're looking into exploring?
Um, I'm not sure to be honest. Like I've never really thought about it. Like I've just really thought about hip hop and rap because I know I'm good at that. But I don't know. Like I've had a few collaborations actually. It's like a few actually. And my manager messaged me, I think, like a week. Like, oh, I've got people that want to do collabs with you, this, that. I'm like, oh yeah. And then he turned around and said, but they can't pay you. And I'm like, and I said, well, what are we going to do then? And he's like, I've told him it's going to be standard. So if they want to collab with me, then they have to pay me for it.
Exactly.
And so, but yeah, no, I've had a few collabs actually. I've had a collab with Mia Carl, Mia Carlin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Sweet.
yeah, and I've had a collab with can't remember his name, but he's one of DJ Stuff's.
Okay. So where can people follow your music?
Sorry, what was that?
Where can people follow your music?
So you can find me on SoundCloud if you have that, Spotify and YouTube. Yeah.
And what would they search?
So with SoundCloud, it'll just be Hi Dèff, and the same with Actually, you know what? I'll just post my links up after this, so everybody can find me.
That's wonderful. Where do you see yourself in your music in the next 5 years?
I just never thought about that. Never really thought about that. Hopefully, cash up.
Yes. You gotta come to Detroit and do a concert in Detroit, right?
Yeah. Well, no, I've got a baby on the way, so I sort of want to keep doing my music and do what I'm doing. Because I've got to support my baby, my newborn. Well, not my newborn baby, but my baby.
How old is your baby?
Not born yet, so I've got.
Oh.
And I've got a baby on the way.
Wow. Well, congratulations.
Thanks.
Fans know what you've been doing lately. Well, it's been wonderful speaking with you, Hi Dèff. Is there anything else you want the people to know about yourself?
Oh yeah, so I've come up with a conclusion, like, because I'm not really making the money on the music, so I've gone a different way, but I'm still going to do my music. And that's just merchandise. I've already spoke to my manager about it. He said that's a good idea. Okay, so yeah.
So you're gonna be doing like drop shipping?
Sorry?
Are you gonna be doing like drop shipping where you're gonna make merchandise and you don't have to actually touch it? People can just go online and order it?
Well, we haven't thought that far yet. All we've got is that my manager DJ Stuff, which I want to shout out to him because he's done everything a lot for me.
Amen.
So shout out to you, Stuff. But anyway, so yeah, so we've come up with conclusions. Like, he's looking at clothes and that to do the clothing and that. He's also looking a mate of his over in Africa.
Yeah.
So yeah, so we're getting there. We are getting there. So.
Well, you have my contact information. If you need any more assistance or you have any updates and you want to come back on the show, you're always welcome. I'm also a business consultant, so if you need any help with getting that plan into fruition as far as merchandising your music career, I'll be more than happy to assist you with that. And it's just been wonderful having you on the show. And I know it was kind of spotty with the communication because we got a 14-hour time distance, but this is Unraveled Radio, and I'm always here to broadcast new talent, existing talent, new businesses, ideas, overcoming obstacles, and believing in the dreams of people when it don't seem like the dreams might come true. So thank you so much for being on the show, and I look forward to seeing much more of you in the future.
Yeah, same to you. Thank you so much.
You have a wonderful day.
You too.